Coming up on the Browns Report, we've got trade rumors for you folks involving the Denver Broncos. That's right. I'm your host, Joey O'Donoghue, and welcome in to the Browns Report, where we keep you covered with all things Cleveland Browns, news, analysis, rumors, and previews for your favorite team. Join the party, subscribe, because I was looking at some of the metrics here of who is watching our channel. Of our viewers, 61.3% are not subscribed. Folks, join the party. We're here for you every day. 38.7% are subscribed. We appreciate you guys tapping in. We appreciate everybody that's watching. But if you're watching and you're one of these big numbers that isn't subscribed, hit that button. We got you covered every single day. Diehard Browns fans, join the channel, folks. Now let's get into our rumor. Some of you may remember this man named Moose. He was hosting the channel for a little bit. If you know Moose, comment about it. Well, now Moose is over here speculating that the Broncos are going to trade for David Njoku. They're targeting him, according to our Broncos Report host. We've got some quotes and reasons why I think Njoku is actually a trade candidate for the Cleveland Browns, but I don't know that he would end up in Denver, of all places. Let's look at what MSN had to say about David Njoku potentially being a trade candidate. They said, David Njoku remains one of the most talented tight ends in the league. True. He has tremendous hands, creates mismatches against linebackers, and thrives in the red zone. However, Njoku is entering the final year of his contract, and the Browns drafted Harold Fannin Jr. in the third round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Cleveland already trusts Fannin, as he drew 9 targets in Week 1 and turned them into 7 catches for 63 yards. With Fannin's quick involvement in the offense, Njoku's future becomes more uncertain. Now, where I will agree about the quote-unquote uncertain future is Njoku is a prime trade candidate for the Cleveland Browns right now this season. He's on a contract year, and he's coming off a massive $55 million extension. That's going to be expensive for Cleveland to pay in the offseason. Also, Harold Fannin Jr., he's the tight end of the future, folks, for Cleveland. They love him. Flacco's gone to him a lot. His snap share is increasing as the weeks go by, and he's proven that he can be a capable tight end in the league. So Njoku is somewhat losing his role, and I think it's because of the fact that Cleveland can't afford to pay him in the offseason. He's aging. They're suffering from Deshaun Watson cap hits, and Njoku's going to want a lot of money. He just got a $55 million extension. It's a contract year for the Chief. And rookie sensation Harold Fannin Jr. leads all rookies in receptions. Can you believe that, folks? 15. He's also tied 4th in receptions for all tight ends in the National Football League as we speak. And his Week 3 usage was increased. 61% of snaps featured Harold Fannin Jr. 4 of those in the backfield, 19 at tight end. They're using him everywhere. 7 in the slot, 5 out wide. He's versatile. He's athletic. He can go up and high point the football. Cleveland has got their tight end of the future, folks, on a rookie deal. So if they were going to try and free up a player and get someone else, it would be Njoku that they would trade, because otherwise they're just going to let him walk in free agency. They're going to lose him anyway. Can you get something in return? Well, this is what Moose said the Broncos would give up to receive David Njoku. They said the Browns would receive a 2026 4th-round pick, and Denver takes David Njoku. Let me tell you what I think about this, folks. I think the price is somewhat fair. Like, I bet a lot of people are evaluating Njoku as a 4th-round pick right now, but I don't think it's realistic if you're a diehard Browns fan. If you've watched every year of Njoku's career and you're still watching him, you know that he's a special player. He's an underrated tight end in the league. He has top 5 upside as a tight end. Like, as a pure talent, he is hard to tackle. He's athletic. He's strong. And he has that special Rob Gronkowski ability where multiple defenders are on him at once, and he's still moving. He's still churning the legs. He's shaking off defenders like they're nothing, like it's pinball out there. They're just bouncing off of him. We saw Rob Gronkowski do that back in the day. David Njoku has a lot of plays where he's still doing that. You saw one this season, in fact. Like, I don't think a lot of people know the scouting report on the Chief. Big 85 is a beast. I would like a little bit more than just a 4th-round pick, and I think Cleveland could get someone that they really need. Let's take a look at the biggest Browns position needs for the team right now. First of all, it's the offensive line. The O-line has struggled. It's hurt. It's banged up. And the future of the O-line is in jeopardy. This is what the starting lineup is for Cleveland entering the year. Dawand Jones, who is now out for the year and is on his third straight knee surgery. That's unfortunate. Joel Bitonio is a free agent in 2026 as well, or he may just retire. He's 33 years old. He's had an injury already this season. Ethan Pocic, a free agent as well in 2026. So that's two guys Cleveland might not get back. Pocic is a 30-year-old man as well. Wyatt Teller, guess what? He's a 2026 free agent. And he's also 30 years old. Same situation for the former All-Pro. And then Jack Conklin, who has injury issues, who's being paid a lot of money, but not playing a lot of games recently, is a free agent in 2026. And he's over 30. There's 4 offensive linemen that Cleveland might not get back next year. And Dawand Jones, who, like I said, is on his third straight knee surgery. The future is dark for Cleveland's offensive line if they don't do something about it. We need offensive lineman help immediately, ASAP. We need more depth. Like, are we thinking about next year? 4 of the 5 are gone, potentially. Or they're going to take up all of our cap, and we have a great defense right now, folks. I'm going to stress it again. It's a top 3 defense in the league. You could argue it's the best one right now that we're watching. Help them out. The bad O-line is killing our offense as well as a slow Joe Flacco. So please, try to get an offensive lineman in return if you're going to do a trade. I also think the next biggest need for Cleveland is the cornerback room. I love Denzel Ward. He's super talented, but he has an injury history. And that room is lacking depth as a whole. Despite how good the defense is, that specific part of it needs work. Greg Newsome and Martin Emerson Jr. are also on contract years. And Martin Emerson is going to be coming off a scary season-ending injury. So we don't know how he's going to look. And you're going to have to pay at least one of them if you want to get Newsome back. Heck, Newsome might end up being a trade candidate too because he's on a contract year. But that would totally crush Cleveland's depth in the cornerback room. And then also, Cameron Mitchell sucks. I'm just going to leave it at that. He's awful. I watched him play CB3 against the Ravens. It was so bad that he was a healthy scratch against the Packers. Like, yeah, he's good to go. We're just not going to play him because he's bad in coverage. Miles Harden could also use a little bit of work. Like, that nickel cornerback 3 spot is weak right now. I would love Cleveland to go out and get a corner. Before I tell you what else Cleveland needs, I would love to tell you that this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. And I'm just so hyped that Cleveland Browns football is back on Sundays. We're coming off the big win against the Packers. It feels like all is right with the world. And I'm big into daily fantasy with PrizePicks. I'm obsessed with it because it makes all the games more entertaining. And before the Browns play, I lock in on all my players in my lineup and their player projections. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. And PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you could still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. I'm hoping all my picks are correct this week. I've got Sam Darnold, more than half a passing touchdown. Seahawks are hot right now. I'm also betting on a rival, Aaron Rodgers, more than half a passing touchdown. He's done that 3 straight weeks so far at his old age. PrizePicks giving us an awesome deal with Jalen Hurts, more than half a passing yard. Pretty nice of them to let us put that in our lineup to win some money. And then I've got to put a Cleveland Brown in, folks. Quinshon Judkins, more than 58.5 rushing yards. He's been running hard. I like Quinshon to get at least 60. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Okay, moving on. Our third biggest need for the Cleveland Browns is the quarterback room. And I don't think they're going to go out and trade for another quarterback. That'd be crazy. They had Kenny Pickett on the roster coming in. It was wild to even have 4. That's the room right now. It's Flacco, Gabriel, Shador. And Flacco's not doing it. He's just not moving the ball well. He can't run. He can't extend plays is the problem. He looks slow when he runs. and Cleveland needs some help in that room. But I'm still team play the rookies. You've got Dillon. You've got Shador. Andrew Berry wanted to draft both of them. Let's see them. I'm only bringing it up because it's one of Cleveland's biggest weaknesses right now is Joe Flacco at quarterback. But I do not think they should go out and add another one to that mix. If they were to, though, Russell Wilson's on the block right now. Jameis Winston. Will they call up the Giants? I mean, we've just learned from Brian Daboll that Jackson Dart is the Giants' starting quarterback going forward. Hopefully, whoever made that report can announce that Dylan Gabriel is starting next and Shador as well. But right now, we still have Flacco. And the Giants are kind of similar to us, have just a quarterback mess room. Do we bring back Jameis Winston? No, don't do it. Just do it for the vibes maybe, but we don't need to play him. I'm still team Gabriel and then Shador. That's what the Browns want to do. Going on to the final position need that I think Cleveland could target if they're going to make a trade with one of their players on a contract year. Wide receiver room could use some more help. Judy was an absolute beast last year with Winston. Hasn't had the same sort of production so far in 2025. Cedric Tillman are two, obviously. Both of them have had drops, if I'm being honest with you. And then Jamari Thrash, listed as the wide receiver 3, has not done anything to speak of. Isaiah Bond is becoming the clear wide receiver 3 for Cleveland going forward. But another name in that room would absolutely help. If Judy's not getting back to the form he had last year, then they could use a much bigger name. Every team, I feel like, needs that bona fide star wide receiver number 1. It looked like that was Judy for us. Right now, there's a little bit of uncertainty in the room. But my take on trading David Njoku is as follows. If we're going to trade him, which might not be a bad idea for the reasons I presented earlier, I'd like at least a third-round pick or a value piece for the Browns. They need to think about their future. This defense is strong. This defense is hot. It's showing flashes of the 2023 defense, but even better. And we need to capitalize on that and get a player that's going to help us. We can't be in rebuild mode on offense when our defense is Super Bowl ready. I mean, how's that even possible right now? It's the most insane contrast in the league. So please, get someone of value if you're going to trade Njoku. Get a lineman to bring in. Get a receiver. Get a corner. Or at least a third. I don't think giving him up for a fourth does too much for us. Browns fans, what do you think? Come up with a trade package. What would you want in return for David Njoku if Cleveland were to ship him away out of Ohio? Comment below what you want in return for Chief David Njoku. Like I said, he's a stud. He's a beast. This is not no random player we'd be giving up. I want something in return if we're going to do this, Dog Pound. I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Folks, thank you so much for watching and tuning in to the Browns Report. We appreciate each and every single one of you that listens and follows along here with us on the show. Make sure you subscribe to join the party. We're doing this every day for you guys, and we love doing so. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time here on the Browns Report.